All right. Hi there. How you doing, gang? I've been meaning to stream this one for a while. Um, kind of kept, forgetting about it till the other night. I was playing the first Red Dead Redemption, and I was like, oh, I was gonna stream Red Dead Redemption 2 about a month ago, and I think it was around the time when the Grand Theft Auto 5 half-ass remaster had released and launched, and I had decided to stream that one instead and show you how underwhelmed I was at that one. But and it's honestly I haven't really played that one since that live stream either. So it's not that I hated the game; it's just I was expecting more. This game, however, I would not mind seeing a proper, at least a patch upgrade to current gen Xbox Series X or PS5 um, standards. You know, I mean, graphically, I don't think it really needs an improvement, but I mean, I don't think it hits 60 frames per second though, which I would love to see in this game. I think it caps out at about 30 frames per second, which for a game like this, not bad. It's just be better. Now I'm not going to start a new game. It took me a while to get to where I'm at, so I'm just going to pick up where I left off. Which is actually one of the nice things about this game. You could literally just stop playing for months and then jump right back into it wherever you left off, and it feels like you never left. And the game is so chill, so laid back that you don't really need to know any major backstory to it. Though where I am, like where I left off, it did the plot did advance a bit, so we're missing out why they're on the run, why they're hiding out in the hills, hiding out from the what that group, that one gang is called, the O'Bannons or O'Reillys or oh my gosh, I don't know what they're called. All I know it's just an O. I'm Irish type last name, so. Anyway, I wanted to play this mostly just because it's such a casual, chill, relaxing type of game. The environments are really, I mean, a Rockstar really hit it out of the park with this one as far as capturing the feel and the atmosphere of the Old West, living out in the country, living out in the wilderness, living outdoors, essentially. Sorry, my allergies are still bugging me. Of course, I read a news article recently that the new COVID strain is disguised as spring allergies. Yeah, I'll believe that one just like I'll believe, you know. No, I won't go there tonight. I'm starting to get a little too political during the last live stream, and I saw where that was going, and I decided to put a stop to that one right there. So I'll be quiet when it comes to politics for now. If you're wondering about the long load times, I did not put this on my um, solid state. I drive on my Series X for a reason. I have way too many excess games right now on my SSD drives where this one's over 100 gigabytes. So it's like takes up a lot of space on the storage drive, so I thought I'd just tough it out and put it on the regular hard drive. Since this is not Series XS optimized anyway, we're essentially looking at Xbox One graphics, so they still look really nice. And as you can probably tell here, yes, this game is still 30 frames per second, so there's really no point in putting it on a solid state drive. It won't affect the frame rate at all. So it would still be doing this if it was on a solid state drive. So see that choppy looking frame rate there. But the pace of this game, that slower frame rate really doesn't matter. Check out how he walks and everything. Like they did in the Old West. Like all old Westerners, I let my horse go wherever the heck he feels like it. Didn't hitch him up or anything.
You're okay, boy. Okay, boy.
Hey, boy. Mosey on through town here. Honestly, I kind of forgot where I left off here. I believe I was hunting those gunslingers. I'm gonna shoot this dog.
Howdy. How you doing, friend? Go back to camp. I sworn I one more gunslinger to meet up with, but it was that one mission where the gotta hunt down the old gunslingers and you kill them or whatever, and you gotta take their pictures and I guess return the pictures to whoever. The O'Driscolls, that was her name. Well, let's go talk to this guy first. Yeah, I killed that guy, Flaco Hernandez, a couple months ago.
Hey, buddy. Can I get some money here, please? Hey, brother.
Yeah.
This guy's horse. Never tried being an outlaw in this game yet, but I tried being an outlaw in the first Red Dead Redemption, and it was kind of awkward because
So,
my actions were not being observed like by the game. People were still treating me like a hero on the game, even after I was like murdered 30 people. I was like,
easy, easy.
built camps in here somewhere, I think. You know, even without current gen optimization, this game still looks fantastic. 4K. 4K TV with HDR settings, this game still looks pretty phenomenal. So.
You okay, boy? Wait.
Way over there. Played this game before on the PS4. Wondering if this is that drunk guy.
Yes, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Matthews gave me a message for you. He said when it was convenient to head into Emerald Ranch. He's looking at a few business things there.
Okay.
Oh, he'll find something too. He always does. Will you be well now, Mr. Morgan?
I'm always well, Miss Grimshaw.
It's enough to turn a good, honest fella to drink. Being a bad, dishonest fella, it's gonna send me to drink twice as fast. I just can't cope. Really. I can't.
Talking about America going to war with the Philippines. I guess this takes place right at the ass end of the 1800s or something. Sounds about right. The guy I need to talk to.
Herr Morgan.
Mr. Strauss?
You busy, my friend?
Why?
I'll cut you in.
Loaning. Already?
You know how it is. People is happy to borrow off someone like me, but more enthusiastic paying back to someone like you.
Of course. Who are they?
Let me see. Chick Matthews works at Guthrie Farm. He's a hand, I believe. Mr. Roble, the small holder at Painted Sky, runs the operations there, badly. Miss Lily Millet is a ranch maid up at Emerald Ranch.
And here was me believing Dutch's bluster about us helping folk.
It's legal work, Mr. Morgan. Debtors belong in prison. We are doing them a favor.
Aye. I'll make sure they see it in them terms.
Put the papers in the deed box and try not to kill them. It's very bad for business.
I just miss him so much.
Of course you do. Goes without saying.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna suffer. And life's gonna go on. That's the truth of it. I won't lie to you.
Miss Roberts,
I know.
where am I gonna go?
Stay here with us. Folk, they ain't so bad. It's nasty out there on your own.
I know.
You'll be safe here. At least for now. Till you're back on your feet properly.
Thank you.
Of course.
Get out of my way, man. Might as well have said that to me.
You can stay with us as long as you want.
Thank you.
It's the least we can do.
Look at me, I'm chopping wood.
Okay. I'm burning up here.
Alright, let's go be a Shylock and
Mr. Morgan.
collect some of these
You
debts.
seem chipper.
Well, where there's life, there's hope, my friend.
And?
We've been thinking about our problem all wrong. All wrong. That's all.
Meaning?
All in good time, my friend. All in good time.
Always the showman. Just calm down. Yep.
Nelson, I'm Spanish.
Over here. Got some deadbeats and they can pay what they owe. I also own this game on PC, but this game's a bit of a system hog. Probably just because of the way I have my settings on that game, so or on the computer. So
Easy. Yeah.
but really the graphics, in my opinion, look much better on the computer. On the Xbox. But I mean, when you're sporting RTX GPU, it'll pretty much outperform even a Series X in a lot of aspects, so.
This way. Come on.
Let's go find this guy and break some fingers. Stevie's in here. This is that Robel guy.
Knock, knock, Mr. Robe.
No, przepraszam, co pan robi w moim domu?
God damn it. English? You speak English?
Me, Silesia.
Yeah, good for
Upper
you.
Silesia.
I'm here for money. You borrow from a German man?
Aha, German. Mein Herr, sprechen das the Kaiserreich.
I don't speak German neither. I'm here for money. Money that you borrowed from Leopold Strauss.
Leopold Strauss.
Yeah. So it's time to pay. Where is it?
Oh, well, no, have nothing. It's very bad winter.
We've all had a bad winter, pal. Where is it?
Oh, no. No, nie, nie.
Now, you remember where you're keeping that silver?
Potrzebuję trochę czasu. Znajdę ci pieniądze.
Oh, still don't understand you. Where is the money? Gold, dollars.
Nie rób tego! I have nothing! Nie! Nie! Aj! No! No, nie! No, 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 no! Please, no! Don't have money, but I have this. It's good. It's good. It's valuable. It's Warszawa, yes.
I have your thing. Okay? I have anything in here or out there.
Yes.
Don't even speak English.
Very valuable. Good?
Not good yet. You must have come here with something.
No, 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 no.
Yes, 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 yes. Longer I look, the madder I get. Okay, that should about cover things. What you got behind there?
Co? Przepraszam, nie rozumiem.
Move aside. What do we have here?
Moja obrączka, nie!
Just keep quiet.
Well, now I feel like a bigger man. Rob from a poor, defenseless Polish guy. I'm part Polish, so it's like I just robbed from my or something. I can just walk away like check out my stride. Just, yep, that's me. I just robbed some dude of all his stuff. Let's go back to the Leopold Strauss.
Yeah.
A lot of folks were saying when this game first came out in 2018, it was like GTA 5 in the Old West, but it's really much more complex than that. The gameplay, it's very very much slower paced from any GTA. game that I've ever played. The game itself has more, almost like an RPG type quality to it. I mean, you do get to build up on your stats, on your like stats for your horse. You gotta take care of your horse and like improve things.
Who goes there?
I mean, the game really feels a lot like Skyrim, except you're you're not as encumbered by that clunky Bethesda engine.
I am mighty glad to be out of that cold, Mr. Morgan.
Me too.
I am getting too old for this.
All deaths. $50 so cheap.
Not now, Pearson.
How did you get on, Herr Morgan?
Called in on the smallholder, Roble. Didn't even speak English.
Good, very good.
My pleasure.
Well, if it's pleasure you're after, there is one other. This farmer preacher fellow I met in Valentine, Mr. Downs.
The opinionated little do-gooder? Yeah, I know the one. I certainly know the type.
Thank you, Herr Morgan.
There's no need to thank me. Like you said, it's pleasure I'm after.
He's more slippery than he seems. I've tried being polite. Don't take any nonsense.
Nonsense? Me?
If he doesn't have the money, beat him.
Well, I usually do.
I know. I know.
In a lot of ways, I prefer the Arthur Morgan character over John Marston character in first Red Dead Redemption game. More of an asshole in this game. John Marston was in the
Okay, boy. Let's go.
first game.
Easy.
Don't do anything. Save early. Save often. Yeah. I haven't played this in a couple months. Fill her up. And as you can tell, I haven't been playing it very often. Most of my save games were during lockdown 2020. Quick second here. All right, I'm back. Sorry, folks. I had to run and grab my Allergy medicine. Back to the game here. We'll find this guy.
Yep.
I killed a bunny rabbit. Pick me up. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get into that little hunting like mini
got some
game.
action here. Grab him, boys! His cops will make a switch! Yeah! Shit! Braver men have died here, you What kind of use to this black thing, boy?
Try that again. That wasn't fair. Got ambushed. Now you do get eternal life in this game. I don't think you get penalized for dying. Oh yeah, you lose a little bit of money, but get to keep my hat. Again.
Yeah.
Or if they'll ambush me again.
There we go.
Ew. Now the O'Driscolls are after me. I'm reminded that the gang is after me. Be a little bit better prepared next time.
Huh.
Okay there.
Kudos to whoever like designed the outdoor environments in this game. The entire game is just beautiful.
I mean, I could spend this entire live stream just walking through the woods, smelling the roses, enjoying nature at its most beautiful. I could do that, but
Yeah.
sounds kind of boring, so go find this dude and rough him up.
Easy now. Come on, boy.
You, whatever do you want?
Oh, come here, you maggot.
Please, sir. I'll...
Really? Threaten me, would you?
Please. I have a family, sir. Please.
I don't care about your family. You owe me money. Why'd it have to come to this, huh?
Believe me, sir. I didn't want this either.
You ain't such a do-gooder, are you? If you're running out on debts...
I'm not running anywhere. I'm doing my best for you.
You are a slippery little bastard. But I got you now.
Please, please, show some compassion. Please.
Strauss told me you needed a beating. You saying he was right?
What will that solve?
Now, wouldn't paying up have been a little easier? You borrowed money from my business partner, Herr Strauss. You owe him, you took the money. He wants it back, what's not to understand? Where's our money?
I don't have it.
Sell your place.
We already owe more than it's worth.
Then sell your wife, or your family, or something. We ain't your idea of charity. Is that clear?
Thomas!
What are you looking at?
Thomas!
I said, what you looking at, woman?
My husband isn't well. If we could just have more...
Like I said, we ain't nobody's idea of charity. Get us the money.
For 3 going on 4 years, the game is still breathtaking to watch. I think that dude gave me COVID. Dude coughed at me. Or he coughed on Arthur Morgan here, so.
Easy, whoa.
remember I played the heck out of this game on the PS4 when it first came out back in 2018, and I think I bought this on launch night. Yes, I did. I was waiting for on launch night for it to go live so I could play it, and played it for hours that night. Got pretty far in that version of the game, and then I bought it on the PC after, and then they had a deal on it for Xbox back in 2020.
Ah, how did you get on?
Not so good. He's almost dead. And they seem more or less destitute. You were a fool for lending them the money.
Well, people who aren't desperate don't seem so interested in my propositions.
Of course.
They've done better, I guess. Hey, guy got to say. Oh, and I get to purchase guy a bit.
You got some speaking to do of your own. Not that old gang of yours.
I said, I told you, I don't know nothing.
That's what I thought.
Whoa! Hold your horses there. It seems the cat has got our friend here's tongue. I was thinking Mr. Williamson could have a word.
You ready to talk, boy?
I told you, mister. I told all of you. I don't know nothing. They ain't no friends of mine. I just been ridden with them for a while.
Horseshit. You see, we heard that part, so how about you tell the truth? That's what you want me to do.
Hurt him, so the next time he opens his mouth, it is to tell us what is going on. Ah, who am I kidding? One of O'Driscoll's boys couldn't open his mouth, but he'd tell a lie. Screw it. Let's just have some fun. Geld him.
Yeah! What's he doing? Where's he going?
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. You know, in Imperial Rome, eunuchs was among the happiest and most loyal of courtiers.
No, you're kidding me, right?
Of course.
You sick bastards! Oh, what do you want from me?
Well, you are gonna talk. The only question is now or after we got these little fellas off.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll was holed up, and you're right. He don't like you any more than you like him. He's at 6 Point Cabin. I'll take you there. Serious, I don't like him. I mean, I like him even less than I like you, no offense.
Oh, none taken.
Okay then, partner. Why don't you take a few of us up there right now? I got this, Dutch. Should be fun. All right, you. Come on. Let's go.
Gild him.
Let's both hope you ain't trying to trick us.
Gild him.
I ain't no O'Driscoll.
You sure as shit was. John, Bill, come here. We got a social call needs making. Where are we heading?
Up into the hills behind Valentine. Well, I'll show you.
John, you take this little rattlesnake with you. Any nonsense, kill him.
Sure.
You're gonna pay your buddies our respects.
He taking us to Combe?
That's what he says.
Everybody just pushes him aside.
Taking you to him. Look, I'll give you more directions when we're close. But if I know where we are, it's up past Valentine.
All right, I'll lead. Sharing saddle with an O'Driscoll. Who'd have thought?
How many times I gotta say? I ain't an O'Driscoll.
You sure look like one, and you smell like... God damn. You smell like one, too.
I smell like horse shit.
That's right. Boy, are you high.
Morgan! You got throwing knives in your saddlebag. Dud said that you might... I was asked to give them, and I'm doing you the further courtesy of telling you about it.
Next time you want to give me something, how about you give it to me, instead of hiding it somewhere, hoping the opportunity comes up to mention it?
Last goddamn favor I do you.
Hey! Hey! If I got my bearings, it's over here. Yeah, I know this country. Take this track up through the rocks.
Morgan, you didn't tell me what the O'Driscolls smell like before you asked me to ride with them.
That's because you wasn't asked to ride with us. You was told.
I smell like a stall ain't been cleaned out in a month. I smell like that because you had me tied up there about as long.
You'd be smelling worse if we'd done what someone was arguing for.
Granted. I was in with a bad lot. I'm trying to make amends, if I can.
You don't know the half.
I do know Colm killed Dutch's sweetheart.
And that's the man you chose to ride with. A woman killer.
Well, it was after he'd killed his brother. And the way I understood it,
Making excuses for the man. And his crimes. What kind of trap you leading us into, boy?
I ain't. I'm trying to help, honest.
One thing goes wrong. One thing other than you smelling funny, you're the first O'Driscoll will shoot. And quit breathing on my neck.
Now we go left. Road will take us up and round. Those are the hills. Head for them.
Save your horses. We gotta climb, boys.
You know, you all ain't that different from the O'Driscolls.
What did you just say?
I've been watching you all these weeks, and,
You've been tied to a tree. You don't know nothing about this gang.
Yeah, well, I'd say you don't know much about the O'Driscolls. But maybe I know more about you than you know about them. And I know all about them, so...
Tell us then. How are we like those mongrel dogs?
You're outlawed like them? You're out to survive like them? You live rough. You live hard. Fighting the law. Nature. You're out for yourselves.
See? This is why you're an O'Driscoll, O'Driscoll. You're out to survive. We're out to live. Free. Colm's a sneak thief and a killer. Dutch is more like a teacher.
From where I've been, you just look the same as all.
Then you looked, but you ain't seen.
John, shut that boy up.
Enough out of you.
Boys, we're almost on. Now, who knows if this son of a bitch we got with us is talking true, but if it's what he says it is, and Colm O'Driscoll's here, we can end years of fighting. Here and now.
Amen to that.
Here.
I swear, this is where he was...
Shut up.
Okay, now cut left up here. We go down the hill into the forest.
We're going in quiet, taking them out as we find them, trying not to set things off. But if we do, we move quick and hard. We settle this like we know how, okay?
Okay by me.
With you, Morgan.
All right, then.
Through the trees here. close. I'd leave your horses the other side of this clearing.
I'll get my guns off my horse, and I'm ready.
Easy, Bill. Quiet.
This... is it. The cabin's just the other side of this hill.
Okay. Off your horses. Let's go.
You gonna get them knives?
I said easy.
Follow me, all right? It ain't far.
We might have shared a horse, but we ain't friends. Remember, I'm watching you. Every moment.
Ain't gonna shop you now. Come on, it'd be suicide.
You'll die, boy. But you'll lose your balls first.
Jesus Christ. Just over the ridge.
Never played this mission before.
Okay, get down.
Cabin's in the clearing down there. There'll be a bunch of fellers hiding out there too.
Are these fellas armed?
Armed, drunk, wary of strangers, yup.
And Colm O'Driscoll?
He'll be holed up in his cabin. Be passed out, booze blind, likely as not.
Hey, over there. Someone's coming.
So, who's gonna tell him we ain't got nothing for the pot?
Oh, let me think. The feller that spooked the game, I reckon.
I'm gonna drain it. I'll catch up.
No, we ain't gonna fall for that. We're gonna wait so you can tell him yourself. Yeah. If anyone's actually gonna shoot the messenger, it'd be that mean son of a bitch.
Yes, sir.
Come on, shake it off.
Come on. What are we doing about the pisser, Morgan? One by the tree.
We're here.
You want me to take him?
Let's get closer.
The old man loses it. I won't get another chance in ages. I'll be stood guard duty, sun up to sun down, soiling my drawers on the spot.
Make a call, won't you?
We're waiting.
A moment of peace, give me that.
The next two. What's the plan?
Sooner we get this over with.
You got the lead on this. What are we doing?
Good work. We're moving on the camp. I left our guide up there. He's meek as a little lamb.
He better be.
Down on the log. What you doing about him? Okay, now what? We're at the perimeter.
Stealthy look.
What are we doing?
Shit! Ah! This is quite a hideout! Come at me, you Irish bastards! Give us call! This is done! Back to the cabin! Let's make a stand! Got a hit!
Come on, then! Come on!
What are you hiding out in the woods for? Come on, Driscoll! Where are you? We got him, nobody! Still alive!
Turn back down! I'm hit!
Come on!
You weren't lying there, little toad!
You stay here, you're dead, man! We caught him on the drink!
I had enough of this!
I owe you that one! You get caught up, you son of a bitch!
Start running!
Give up, O'Driscolls! We got you beat!
Don't run away from me! I'll kill you!
Die, you drunk idiot! Run and hide if you know what's good for you! None of them get out of here! You're worthless O'Driscoll hides!
Keep going, Morgan! You see him coming? That's it! They're turning tail!
Leave him! Comb's still here.
Hey, he said Colm would be in the cabin.
I'll check. You look out here.
What you got, O'Driscoll?
Well, that like a success.
The boy said Colm would be in the cabin.
the dirt. Oh.
You all right?
Sure. Thank you. Colm O'Driscoll. He ain't here. You set us up. Come here!
What?
You set us up.
No, I didn't.
You did. Colm O'Driscoll ain't here!
He was here, I swear! If I was setting you up, I wouldn't have saved your life.
It's a good point, Arthur.
All right, then, go on. Get out of here.
Hey?
I won't kill you.
I didn't set you up.
Get lost.
Get lost.
I'm letting you run away. Now go on. Get out of here.
That's as good as killing me. Out there, without you, Colm O'Driscoll's gonna lose his mind about this.
So?
So I'm one of you now.
Give me a break. All right, then. But I'm warning you.
Oh, hey, I know.
Come on, let's get to camp.
So you got the cash then?
What cash?
Yeah, there's usually some cash in the chimney.
I'll check it. Rest of you boys, get to camp quick.
See, Arthur? I ain't so bad.
Hey, Bill. You tell Dutch old Kieran ain't worth killing. Just yet.
Right you are.
Just the chimney, so. Playing some high stakes poker. Remember that poker game in the first Red Dead Redemption, the like Texas Hold'em? That game was so addictive. I would spend hours on the first Red Dead Redemption game just playing Texas Hold'em. It was cool because you could play for hours, and if you lost all your money, you can just shoot the other guys and take your money back, and then you had to fight your way out of town and kill some lawmen, and that was a fun. Those were good times. Hers. Worth some money, ain't it?
least you got something tucked away.
Bit of torture. Kieran leads Arthur, John, and Bill out to 6 Point Cabin. Driscoll is holed up. Oh, they killed 3. Hungry. My hat. You'd kill me. Dude almost killed me. My hat should be laying around close by or somewhere, right?
Giddy up.
Get out of here. Bossy's out looking for me.
Whoa, easy.
Save early. Save often. Now, go here. Go back to the. Go back to Dutch. This. These people that owe that guy money or what? Person view is kind of clunky looking. That's cool it's there, but I never use it really.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid the law there because I was spent too long on the crime scene. Lost my jacket, I got blood all over it. Horse here.
Yeah. Eat this, boy. Yeah. Yeah, nearly done, boy. There, boy.
Imperative you take care of your horse in the game by doing stuff like that. Feeding him, brushing him, patting him on the neck or whatever, on the head. To, I guess, maintain loyalty of the animal and maintain its health. I guess a horse is supposed to level up with you and all that good stuff.
Some tenderfoot drew his iron on, dropped the damn dirt, and ran.
What's this place coming to?
I seen hats flying all over this way. It'll take your hat off.
I just love how the game feels like you're playing an old Clint Eastwood movie like Unforgiven or High Plains Drifter or Pale Rider, you know. Good classic Clint Eastwood, my cowboy movies. That those kinds of movies I really don't make anymore. They don't have that. Now the only cowboy movies I've seen recently, it's just all action. In which really the only good one I've seen that was all action was, one I liked anyway, was Tombstone. But I mean, everybody loves Tombstone. Tombstone is just flawless. Going on about good cowboy movies, though, westerns. I mean, yeah, let's start with the old classics like, you know, Shane. I remember the first time I saw Shane was when I was a little kid. And I remember, yeah, I just loved that one. The idea of the gunslinger, like, with a pass that caught up with him, and yeah, it was just a really cool classic cowboy movie. And after that, of course, you know, the Clint Eastwood movies, the spaghetti westerns, like Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, which I believe was, in my opinion, was the best of the Man with No Name trilogy. And of course, everyone knows the good, the bad, and the ugly. For a few dollars more was my favorite because it was, that movie was essentially all bounty hunting, and it was the most like I would say the most like violent of the three. It was bloody. They had headshots in there, and everybody just looked so dirty in that movie. It was like there were like no good guys at all in that one by the look of it. Even Clint Eastwood, you know, the Man with No Name character, even he wasn't much of a good guy in the movie, because I think that was the one where he was like slapping some woman around at one point. If I remember correctly. I'll have to watch it again, but and then after that, of course, going into the 70s, you had movies like High Plains Drifter. But, oh wait, no. Rewinding a little bit, late 60s. One of the ones I'll always recommend is the one called The Wild Bunch, directed by Sam Peckinpah. That one was definitely the most like violent of all the westerns I've ever seen. The ending was just so like legendary. Basically, you had 100 drunk Mexican soldiers ganging up on these 4 outlaws who had a machine gun, you know, and it was just beautifully violent and like a totally savage, like, you know, climax, a movie climax. And then moving on, you had movies in the 70s like High Plains, Drifter, The Outlaw Josie Wales was a masterpiece. And then heading to the 80s, you had this like, you know, you had Pale Rider. These are all Clint Eastwood. A lot of these are all Clint Eastwood movies, you know. Pale Rider, and then you had this almost like a renaissance of sorts of Western movies. They were trying to like return to the classics, which gave way to movies like Silverado and then later on, you got more Clint Eastwood, like Unforgiven in the 90s, and then other ones I've seen that I liked was what was that one called? 910 to Yuma or something like that. I like that one. That was pretty good. And then they did a remake of John Wayne's True Grit, like starring Jeff Bridges. I like that one. That one was really good. And then, of course, if you really want to get a good Old West experience, you got to invest in watching the Deadwood on HBO. That one's most definitely a worth watching. It's like went on for about 3 seasons, and then they made a movie to kind of provide closure, because the by 3rd season of Deadwood ended kind of abruptly, and a lot of people were kind of pissed about that. So they went back, and about 10 years later, and they did a movie that was supposed to close the series. And I do recommend watching the movie, if only to close the Deadwood series for yourself. Personally, I didn't really like the movie. I thought it was it treated the good guys and the bad guys a little too black and white. They were like a little too obviously like good, a little too obviously evil.
And the movie, as all movies with that type of context, it felt kind of like rushed. Like he was just kind of rushing through everything. I mean, it clocked in at maybe I think a little over 2 hours, but it felt like it was going at a little too quick of a pace. And I think the reason for that is because the TV show was a lot slower paced than the movie ended up being. And I think that's why I didn't really care for it all that much, so. I forget what I'm doing here. Going back somewhere. Do something, but.
Slow it up.
Oh, look at those graphics. Those clouds, those rain clouds. As I like to tease my little boy about. It looks so real. Look, my horse is taking a shit. Human. But anyway, those are just some suggestions for cowboy movies and TV shows. Movies definitely worth watching. Of course, there have been countless cowboy movies that have come out, and there are a lot of them that I missed over the years, but there's some other ones I've seen that were very, I should say, forgettable. I'm really not a big John Wayne fan, for example, but I believe Rio Bravo was pretty good. I just never much cared for John Wayne, either as an actor or as a person. Very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Bonded with my horse. Look, I can drift now. Yep. Shut up. That's a cool little feature. I've never seen that before. Okay, help this guy out.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna die if you don't help me. The poison's all inside me. I can feel it. Oh, help me. Oh, God. Please help me. Here, drink this. Medicine? Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, you saved my life. I owe you. Got that right. I do. Now, I gotta get out of here. Oh, God. Don't much like it around here no more. Glad I could help. Keep your eyes on the ground, huh?
A good deed for the day. If you're unfamiliar with this game, it kind of tosses random events at you. And it's just this giant gaming world, this giant map. Like those mountains off in the distance there, you can actually ride off to those mountains and, you know, you actually go there. Remember that big, the selling point for, I think it was Oblivion? Remember that game, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 when it came out in 2006, I think. Yeah, 2006. Big selling point we always heard from the guys over at GameStop. Like, yeah, you see those mountains off in the distance? Well, you can actually go to those mountains and climb them, you know. And I've been in retail for a long time. I worked in retail for about 20 years now, I think. And I'll say this. How should I say it? The salesman tropes that you run into, they're like cliches in a sense. How can I say this? Like when you've been a salesperson yourself, and then you go out when you go out like to do your own shopping as a customer, you run into younger salespeople doing the same sales tricks that you pulled on other people over the years. You know, it's just kind of funny. Yeah, I know those tricks. I've done them before, so. And nowadays, hopefully, when I move more to the real estate side of things, all those little tricks I learned over the years to get people to want to purchase what I'm selling to them, maybe that'll all pay off. But we shall see. Anyway, I'm going to save my game here. Sorry. Save early and save often. Excuse me.
Reverend, where are you? Good evening.
Evening.
What's the holdup? Lay your damn hands.
Hey, fellas.
Evening, pard.
Good evening, mister.
Mr. Morgan, I took your advice, sir. I took your advice.
Then your god has finally deserted you. What you talking about?
I took your advice, sir. I have removed myself from Morpheus's embrace. No more shall I sink, sir. I am free. I am free.
You don't seem free, friend. You seem drunk.
Sit down, Reverend. We ain't finished.
You ain't finished. Look at him. He's finished.
None of us forced liquor down his throat. Friend, I just want him to play.
Now, firstly, we ain't friends. Don't make no mistake on that subject. Now, secondly, he can't hardly see, let alone reason. Now, reasoning ain't never been one of my strong points neither, but seeing I do just fine. You want to step outside or deal with business here?
I just want him to finish the game.
Why can't we all just get along? These are good men, Arthur. They're children of God. They're children of God.
How's about you playing his place, huh? That seems fair?
Fair?
Sure. You want a game?
Sure. Yeah. I'll play a few hands.
Well, sit yourself down then. I'm Luther. This is Marvin. Fort.
All right, just to get an idea of what this version of poker is. The aim of poker is to win the pot by having the best cards at the end of the game, or by convincing other players you have the best hands so they drop out. Now, is this Texas Hold'em or straight up poker? Texas Hold'em was more my favorite. Doesn't look like Texas Hold'em.
For you both, we're being gentlemen about this.
Same goes for you.
So, how you two know each other anyway? Don't seem like the likeliest of friends, if you don't mind me saying.
We go a long way back.
And now you're his chaperone?
I guess it's something like that. Can we play?
He can't be no real clergyman. He committed about 5 cardinal sins just in that chair you're sitting in.
He used to be. He's drifted a little in recent years. Life is a challenge to all of us.
Can you imagine him at the pulpit? If he could stand up.
On the 4th day, he turned water into whiskey, and I don't remember much after that. Sometime before we all grow old would be nice.
He's a decent fella going through a bad time. Disrespect him again, and you'll find yourself in a bad time, too.
All right, all right. Just trying to have a little fun here. It is a game after all, mister.
I'ma play slow.
Is that it?
Two pair.
In your own time.
Oh, it's blocking my
Sorry, but time to take things up a little.
I'll happily take all that off your hands.
the Twitch thing, the heads up displays,
Not
blocking my.
Damn it! Yeah. Come on.
I couldn't see how much I was wagering, so.
Yeah, let's keep this going.
I must say, you have a lot less stories than your friend did.
Good. Gonna start small here.
Call. I know. It ain't too exciting.
Oh, come on. This ain't kid poker.
Let's start this low for now.
I'll see you.
Okay. Check.
Screw it. All in.
Ah, crap.
Yes! Nice.
These guys aren't done playing.
That's it.
Good.
Check.
Four. I need a 5.
Check for me.
I check.
Anybody gonna play here?
Nothing. Three, 4. There's no 5. There's a 5.
Sometime before we all grow old would be nice.
All right, what do we got?
Sorry to do this, fellas.
Shit. What?
It all counts, huh? Wish you'd left some booze for us. I'm parched.
Okay.
Check.
Nah.
Spade, spade, spade. Spade. One more spade. Flush. See that spade. Come on.
That's it.
Read 'em and weep.
Oh, that's a decent hand.
I'll take it.
This is the opposite of amusing.
Maybe you should quit while you're behind.
You got this, you big dumb moron. Okay.
Yup. Gonna start small here.
Okay.
No.
Wait.
No.
Nah.
You're not one of life's risk takers, huh?
Fine.
Okay. Here, look.
Sorry to do this, fellas. Okay.
So, we're splitting that? All right, let's play. My lucky's turn.
You lucky son of a bitch.
This has been quite the eventful day.
Now, this is finally getting fun.
Good.
Yeah. I'll, check.
Not for me.
There.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, that's the end of that.
Hard lines.
You just worry about yourself.
Yep.
I check.
Just a word of note. I gamble in real life. Never had much luck with it over the years. Every time I gambled anything, whether it was like pull tabs or
In your
card
own
games,
time.
most I would ever win was like my money back. So I just don't really bother with it. Some folks do it for a living, but you know.
And
Throw
another
a 10 in
check.
there.
Why don't that surprise me?
Nothing.
Check, I think.
You should just go play checkers the amount you check.
See ya.
How do you like this?
I ain't got
All right,
much.
then.
Oh, hell.
Better than nothing. Back in it.
You're lucky. Here, just a little.
Is that it?
Let's start this low for now.
Yeah, I know. Pretty pathetic.
Jesus, you play like my grandmother.
Okay, then.
And this is why I don't gamble. I suck.
Check.
Probably the best poker game I've ever played recently was on the Nintendo Switch. It was one of those cutesy hentai, you know, it was like a cheap poker game on there, but it was actually really, it got really great reviews because the computer played a really tough game of poker. I mean, it didn't play around. I forget the name of it. Tokyo
Come on, you pair of misers.
Battle, the girls poker tournament or something. I forget what it was called, but it was pretty good. Got shit here. And ace. Ace high. I'm just gonna look it
Let's
up
see
later.
then.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
Don't mind if I do.
Hell, you want
How the hell does he win it though?
Ah! All right! Keep it going.
Looking good. Huh. That's as it should be. Come here.
Oh, he folded pretty quick.
I admire your perseverance, at least.
The people we've met at this table, huh, Marvin? Check. I check.
Damn. Fold.
Now you're talking. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, back in it.
Well, you did well. I'll call.
How's this?
How about that?
Weak.
I reckon you're full of shit.
Here.
That. What's that?
Just a little wager.
Oh, come on, is that it?
I say bluff. You're bluffing.
How about that?
Well, I got nothing.
Okay.
Garbage. Now, that is a real hand.
I'll take it.
Gentlemen, this is getting too rich for me.
Sit down.
Oh, I'm done, friend. It's been a real education. Come on, Rip. Where is he? Where'd he go?
Who?
The Reverend. Where it? Excuse me, gentlemen. Reverend! Reverend Swanson! Where'd you go? Excuse me, I'm sorry. You see a drunken idiot, a priest, wandering about?
Sure, we saw him, smelt him, and avoided him. He went that way, I think.
Thanks.
Guy looked kind of crazy, mister.
Well, you have no idea.
My drunken friend here.
Calm down. The hell did you just say to me?
Get your hands off him.
You'll keep. You stay out of it.
Get your hands off him now, you son of a bitch.
What the hell is your problem?
He's with me.
Oh my God! Killed him! I'm gonna get the law on you.
You're a fine man, Arthur.
Damn it, Reverend. Hey, you! Get back here! I said stop, damn it!
Okay. Please, don't hurt me.
You tell anyone what you saw back there, you're a dead man. You understand me?
Yep. I won't tell a soul. I promise.
Good. Get the hell out of here. Now, where's Reverend?
Getting sick. I got COVID.
Come on, my friend. It's just a simple mistake. You can still be saved.
What have you done with your foot? It appears to like this place. It wants to stay.
Get your foot out of here. Twist your leg, you drunken bastard! Help! Help me, or we're both dead!
I couldn't see what I'm supposed to do because that stupid Twitch thing's in right in front of what I'm supposed to. Which button I'm supposed to push? Down there on the lower right, that Twitch thing's right there, right in front of it.
What have you done with your foot?
It appears to like this place. It wants to stay.
Get your foot out of here! Twist your leg, you drunken bastard! Get it! Come on!
Thank you, sir.
Oh, no, you don't! What the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you? Throwing me off a bridge like
There
that?
was a goddamn train, you crazy bastard!
Have I been bad again, Mr. Morgan? I'm sorry. I wish I was different.
Let's get you home.
Home? Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. I could have tea with Margaret.
Margaret? Who's Margaret? What?
Yep, been there, done that.
What are you mumbling about now?
Kippers, please.
Will you shut up?
I told him.
I just can't get over how pretty this game looks. The graphics.
Shut it back
See
there.
the moon? See the moon right there?
Tea, please.
I mean, this is probably going to be the last Rockstar video game that's as much of a work of art as this game is. When you think about it, if you know, they say they're working on GTA 6 right now, but that one guy that made GTA, what it was, as far as the writing was concerned, what was his name? Dan Houser. I mean, he quit Rockstar. And I mean, yeah, maybe they'll find another writer that's better than him, but I don't know. Usually when you get it right the first time, finding a replacement is damn near impossible. Once in a rare, great while is the exception to the rule. And we're talking like AC/DC replacing Bon Scott with the other guy, you know. I mean, that kind of thing is rare. Or like, Black Sabbath replacing Ozzy with friggin' Ronnie James's, with Ronnie James Dio. That kind of thing doesn't happen very often. who knows, maybe Rockstar will pull one out and find a great replacement for Dan Houser, but the other thing to consider too is this cancel culture trend that we're currently living in, where you know, everybody's got to watch what they say, don't want to offend anybody. Will another GTA GTA 6 be like as good as previous GTA games that were edgy, you know, that didn't really care who they offended? Can't offend anybody anymore without them calling the attack dogs on you and threatening to get you fired from your job, whatever, and all that crap. It's like really.
This way. Come on.
I don't have a whole lot of high hopes for our society right now.
What is this, bathwater?
Everybody seems so concerned nowadays with not, you know, offending people that.
I was wondering when he'd show up.
It seems like nobody has any real balls anymore, you know. Even the greats, like, you know, Eddie Murphy ended up apologizing for offending people like 30 years ago or whatever.
You better sleep your way to salvation, my friend.
Oh, what happened?
Just the usual.
Poor bastard.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Mr. Morgan. I'll keep an eye on him.
He was lucky this time. Real lucky.
Another mission completed. Who was not without sin? It was to find out what Reverend Swanson is doing at Flatneck Station. On two hands of poker, should have left it at that.
Arthur.
Dutch? Miss O'Shea?
Well, feels like we are finally back on our feet.
You, find a buyer for them bonds we stole?
Not yet, but Jose is working on it.
When we heading west?
Soon? I don't know.
Feels like things have changed. The whole world's changed. But they don't want folk like us no more. We're being hunted.
We are smarter than them. Only the feeblest of men take jobs in the government.
I hope so.
Trust Dutch, Mr. Morgan. You have to.
They got Micah! Dutch!
What's going on?
They got Micah. He's been arrested for murder. He was in Strawberry.
It's okay, son. Breathe.
They nearly lynched me. They got Micah and the sheriffs in Strawberry. And there's talk of hanging him.
Here's hoping.
Arthur.
What? The fool brought this on himself. You know my feelings about him, Dutch.
You think I can't see past his bluster to the heart inside? He is a fine man.
No, I ain't saving that fool.
I can't go. My face will be all over West Elizabeth. I am asking. He would do it for you.
I don't think he would, but fine, all right.
Arthur.
You okay, Lenny?
Yeah, of course I'm okay.
You don't seem okay.
You take that kid into town. Valentine, not Strawberry. Get him drunk. And Arthur, no crazy business.
I've given that up.
And you get Micah out of that jail.
Come on, son. I'll get to it, Dutch. Just up everything.
Whoa!
Save early, save oft. Oh, I can't. All right. Back that idea. Well, I gotta go get this kid drunk.
Yeah, you look like you've been through it.
I'm beat. We finally get off that mountain, then this. Micah's got a crazy side offer.
What were you boys doing? You were supposed to be scouting ahead for.
I kept asking him what we was doing, but he was, "You worry too much, kid. Just some business to attend to, kid. You know how he is."
Yes, I do.
He was half soaked before we even got there. Then we ran into some fellas. One of them Micah knew, drank some more. And this is supposed to be a dry town we're in, too.
And then he shoots one of them. I know how that goes.
Couldn't even tell you quite how. Happened like the strike of a match. The law was on us fast, too. They was ready to strangle me up there and then. But I got away, just about.
You're all right now. We'll take care of it.
So you gonna go get him? I'll come with you.
No, you leave it to me. For now, let's drink some. Forget about Micah.
It was drink that started all this.
We'll just have a couple. Settle you down, then head back, okay?
Okay.
Now, I warn you. Me and a couple of the other boys, we got in a bit of a fight last time we was here.
What kind of fight?
Oh, nothing big. No, we kept it clean. We're all good.
If you say so, Arthur.
Get this guy drunk. Game sure is pretty.
Here we are. Hey.
Whoa! Just one or two, right, Arthur?
Of course, just a drink. No big drama. Can we get a couple beers,
That's how it
please?
starts.
I don't want no trouble.
You'll get none from me. I was defending myself.
Tommy, he's...
He'll be fine. Here, have one for yourself.
Thank you.
Micah seemed to know a lot of people. That was the problem.
How you mean?
I mean, I done seen a lot of crazy stuff, but Micah...
A lot of crazy stuff.
Will you shut up?
Will you shut up?
Be quiet, buddy.
Oh, they're dullers. My lord. You men is dull.
Hey, leave this fool alone.
Leave the fool alone. People been leaving me alone for the last...
Listen, buddy. You're a charming fellow. One of the best. But me and the kid here, we're trying to talk business, so could you possibly leave us alone? No offense intended.
Ain't no pleasing some folk. Just trying to be friendly.
Oh. That's great, partner. Lenny, where are you? Hey, you see my friend anywhere?
Oh, sorry, no idea.
Can't find my friend. You know where he went?
Oh, I don't know beans about that.
You know which way my friend went?
I can't say, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, I've definitely done this before. Drunk at a bar. Where's my friend at?
Hey, buddy. See that fella I was with?
Don't know.
Where'd my buddy go? Over here?
Hey, no hard feelings, huh?
He went upstairs. Talked to one of them whores.
What are you doing, kid?
There he is.
You know what?
I don't know.
Best kind of friends I have in the world.
you say, because it... Lenny? Lenny! Get away from me! Now! Whoa, slippery little shit, ain't you? Oh, come on! Get down from there! Leave the kid alone, you goddamn animals!
Who do you think you're talking to?
Nobody. I'm talking to nobody.
What did you say?
What?
I said, what did you say?
Get lost, buddy.
Shut up, mister. Yeah, shut your mouth, mister.
Love the drunk effects.
Damn it, Lenny, stop slumping off on me!
How many of you had, pal?
They all look like Lenny. Imagine being in a room full of black guys, and none of them are actually black. They all look like your black buddy.
I'm Clyde. You got the wrong fella.
Found you, Lenny!
Lenny, what are you talking about?
There you are, Lenny.
Just go home, will you?
Lenny! Huh?
What's that dude again? Look, even the bartender looks like Lenny.
Arthur, what are you doing?
Look, it's Will Smith and Chris Rock.
You're a good friend to me, Arthur.
Cheers. Cheers. Now you again?
You stop right now, you drunken fool! I said stop!
You'll never take me alive!
You alive?
How drunk I want to get someday. You'll never take me alive.
You alive, Arthur?
I want to die. Well,
we do? I don't know.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah. You pair degenerates. There's a fine for drunken violence in this town. You're just lucky no one was killed.
Hey, we didn't start a thing.
Yes, you did.
Well, I don't remember.
Either you fools got any money? It's $10 and you're free to walk.
Sure.
Now, get out of here. I don't want to see either of you around here no more.
Oh, Jesus. So, that was a quiet drink?
First one was pretty quiet.
Yeah, the first one was pretty quiet.
At least it took your mind off goddamn Mikey.
Well, that's certainly true. I gotta get out of here.
I'm just gonna have a little sit down and feel sorry for myself.
Leviticus, Cornwall's train robbers still at large.
Been really beaten down today. It never ends like this. Yeah, I got
Leviticus, Cornwall's train robbers still at large.
fired up.
I saw my guns, my hat. Hopefully it's on my horse. Find out here, shall we?
supposed to do here? Go there next. But really, you know what? It is getting kind of late. I mean, it's almost 3 o'clock up here. I'm about to give this game a break here. So, yeah, CT-47. I believe I'm gonna call it a night here. I don't know if anybody watching this owns this game or not. If you do, hope you had fun watching me play it, or if anything, I just appreciate the audience. If you don't own the game yet, and you are watching me play it, well, I hope this has steered you in the direction of wanting to pick it up, because this here is what I would consider one of those modern day classics. Definitely a game that you must own at least on one platform, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation or PC. This game is very immersive, very addictive. Once you get this the whole plot going, the whole story going. I would definitely classify it as a role-playing game. You are playing a role, playing another character. You're not playing your own person. You're not playing the silent warrior type. You're the guy you play, Arthur Morgan. He does have a voice. He does have his own personality. He's a character in the story just like any other. Really feel like you're a part of his world. And really, when you're playing the game, it honestly, it feels like you're reading a book, like an interactive novel, you know. And it takes a certain type of a video game to accomplish that, in my opinion. If you're a fan of old westerns, this game certainly does scratch that itch. If you're a fan of RPGs, it scratches that itch. You saw me earlier in a couple of shootouts, so this game does have action. Sometimes you have to go and look for it, but it's there. Yeah, and I mean, the graphics still hold up even since 2018, you know, which wasn't too long ago, but these are still technically like last generation graphics, you know. And the game still holds up, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're on the fence about it or you haven't picked it up yet, I highly recommend this game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely going to be around for a while. It's definitely going to be supported for a while. Would not surprise me if Rockstar eventually updates it with faster a frame rate, at least, you know. 60 frames per second. I think this game is calling for it. Graphical upgrades, I don't think it really needs it, but it like couldn't hurt, you know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I'm gonna let you all go and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're just waking up, hope the weather is pretty fine where you're at. Weather's pretty fine up here in Alaska this week, so and yeah, I am out of here. We'll see you on the flip side. Roger, over and out. Peace.